I'm creating a line item and marking for PO and saving the sales order. So the normal process, Acumatica process is creating a purchase order from sales order. Okay. Processing it. So if you see the line item in the purchase order, it is linked to the sales order, showing the sales order number here, and then the quantity that has come from the sales order. So the thing that changed now is modifying the linked sales order line with the PO order. So that is, if you want to like go back to the sales order, prior there was no like warning or anything that was disabling the line item to be modified after it is linked with PO. Right now we have introduced this new feature where it tells that this line item is linked to PO and cannot be deleted. That is, the quantity and the PO number and the warehouse cannot be changed. So here comes two cases, Jim. So one is like you want to increase the quantity of already linked sales order line, that is the line that is linked with the PO, and the other case is where you want to decrease the quantity that is already linked. So the increasing quantity, we have introduced a new one where you add in the same line item, which is active speaker, and then you give the quantity that you want to be increased.
Did you mean that for that to be the same SKU or a different SKU?
It can be the same SKU or the different SKU. For example, if you add the line item with the different...
So please make it the same SKU.
Okay. Okay.
Thank you. Thank you, Brad.
Sure. So I have given the new quantity as 2. I'm saving it. Right now, you can still modify the line item because it's not linked to your purchase order. And I go to the same purchase order. Here we have introduced a new feature called Add Sales Order Line. So via this pop-up, it gets all the sales orders that have the line items that are not marked for PO or not linked to PO yet. So this is a sales order that we recently created, and this is a line item, new line item we added with the quantity 2, that is the increased quantity. You select it and add and close. So there is a warning that says the PO line is still not linked to the sales order. So this warning will be gone when you save it. So go back to the sales order, refresh it, and you see this line is linked to the PO. So this is how we manually add the line items once the purchase order is linked, and you still want to modify the quantity or you want to add the new line items that you want to still link it with the PO. So this is a new pop-up we have introduced where it gets all the sales orders that are not yet linked with the PO, and then this is how it goes from here.
Brad, can you also explain how to remove the link and delete the item on the sales order?
Yes. So this, as Deepan said, that is a case where you want to decrease the quantity. For example, you want the quantity 2 to be gone, but you cannot still, I mean, there is no way like adding a line item with negative quantity or so. So you have to delete the link. So you go to the purchase order, select whichever quantity you want to delete the line item. So there comes a pop-up saying deletion of purchase order link will unlink the sales order. So that's what we want. So we delete it, we save it, and then refresh the sales order, and the link, the warning and should be gone. So you can now modify the quantity.
Now, if you have 2 there and you want to change it to 1, is that accomplished by starting over by removing the link entirely and creating a new line for 1 or changing it here to 1? Is that how that works?
Yes. Am I talking to Jim?
That's Matt. Sorry.
Oh, sorry, Matt.
So now you can change this. So now you can change this to 1, and you can relink it the same way you had done. Is that correct?
Yes. So
okay.
I'm changing it to 1 back, and then yes, you can relink it.
Okay. So you can't just reduce a quantity in the PO and in the SO. You have to unlink it, go back to the SO, fix your quantity, and then update your PO. Is that correct?
Yes. Only for the decreasing, you have to delete the link and then update it.
And that fixed all the allocations as well then?
Yes.
Perfect. Perfect. Can you show me the sales order allocations now that you've changed? Have you updated the PO yet?
No, not yet.
Can you update the PO? Let's update the PO, and then let's look at the allocations and check. Okay?
Okay. Mm-hmm.
Because later on down the line, if this was received, if this wasn't dropship, if this was just a normal PO like it is, the allocation needs to match on the shipment line, or they have to remove it and redo it. So go ahead.
Deeban, can you take it from here?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
Just give me the control.
I think Matt has to do it, right?
Jim, can you give Deeban keyboard and mouse control?
Yes.
Or Deeban, you can request control, I think, from Pratt.
Just
if you go in the list of people and click on Pratt, you should be able to request control. Do you see it?
No, I have connected to online, so I'm not sure. I don't.
Oh, are you connected to the web page?
Yes, web page.
You cannot control through the web page. You'll have to download the client in order to request.
I have been migrated to my new system, so I don't have that meeting.
Okay, Pratt, can you just go ahead and check the box and say add and close, please?
Can I make Deeban as a presenter?
Deeban, do you want to present?
I can.
Just a minute. Yeah, just a minute. Plug, can I just...
It's going to ask you to download, and it'll restart you, Deeban.
Yeah, I'm doing it, Matt.
Okay, great.
We have a lot of people that work remotely and are kind of scattered. Wednesdays we're all here, so we'll we can do Wednesdays. So about Wednesday after 12 p.m. Is that okay? To 12 p.m.
Matt, could you be able to see my screen?
I can see your screen.
Yep. So I guess, so this was the order that we have created. So let me go to the purchase order. So I create a purchase receipt for this. So it is a normal PO. Sorry.
Okay. So now we have added another quantity. We need to add that to the PO, correct?
Yeah.
Okay.
So what is the sales order number? So, and one more thing is, when you make this on hold, this button will get disabled. So you have to put it on a hold and
Understood.
then make
Understood.
like this.
Yep. You can edit the PO while it's in another status. I get it.
Yeah.
That's just Acumatica.
Okay.
That's how it works.
And then by default, Acumatica asks for printing options. So
Sure.
I
Sure.
make it as a turn mark for printing.
Sure.
And then create a purchase receipt.
So before you do that, can we go look at the sales order?
Yeah.
Before you receive anything, can we look at the sales order allocation?
Sure.
Because the allocations are going to come from the sales order when it all comes through.
Let me refresh it.
Mm-hmm. My expectation is we have a hard allocation based on the PO, right?
This is a normal PO. Only when you create a receipt. Alright.
So open up related document if you can see it. That should say the related document is the PO, the normal. You see it?
No,
the link on the far right?
Right now this item do not have completely quantity.
No, Divan, Matt is actually telling you to click on the link, the related document that says the PO.
See, that's the PO you created. That's right. Now close that and go to the next line. So this is the hard allocation on the SO through to the PO, and that's the related document. So it understands the relationship. So you can say okay and cancel out of any of that, and you can go ahead and receipt it now.
Okay.
Yep.
So I just save it.
And if you look at these allocations right now, I would believe that these allocations would have a related document of the SO.
Okay.
Okay, so this is okay. Good. That's fine.
Okay.
Okay. Okay.
And you are asking for this, am I right? View PO. This will go to the view PO, and as you know.
Yep. Okay. And everything's linked up. Oh, that's the SO. But okay.
I'm sorry.
All right. So now, have you released the receipt?
No, not yet. I closed it.
Okay. Okay. Let's release the receipt, and when we go to create shipment, it should pull those two. Do you agree?
Yep. Purchase order from purchase order.
Yep. So go ahead and open that.
But
show me the allocation on that one more time. So the allocation is 25163, and probably the next one 164. All right. Say okay. Yeah, that's fine. Okay. So go ahead and release the receipt. Go back to the sales order and create shipment.
Sure.
Give it a minute. See it finish. Perfect. Okay. Sales order. We said ending in 163, I believe. So now, if we create the shipment now, we've received the goods, right? So now, if I create shipment, I should have those two. Say okay. Okay? Yeah. And if we look at the allocations on the shipment, they should match those 2 serial numbers that came in. Do you agree?
Yeah, you can see here.
Perfect. Perfect. That's exactly the way it needs to work.
Okay.
Yeah, this is good, Jim. So far, all of this functionality is sound. Very good.
Matt,
Good job, guys.
I want to add one more thing. Before we publish this package, okay, we want to run some scripts which we were indicating. What was that is, since we introduced the pop-up, okay, so what we have did is internally on the PO line, we have introduced SO line numbers.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
So that has to be created a link, being a new column.
Sure. Sure.
Okay.
That's not a problem.
That's the only thing we want to run it as a script.
Yeah, you want to run against is that against all historical data or just open purchase orders?
Being an integer field, for the closed POs we have to set it to 0, and for the open POs we have to give an appropriate link.